Welcome back to my channel, guys. This is going to be a manga on personality syndrome. I'm just going to start from here. We are going to be changing our intro back to the old one eventually. I will try to do that change in the next few videos. So anyways, this is going to be 7-day alternating personality syndrome, which is I don't think it's a real syndrome. I could be wrong. So someone please look it up and see if it is a real syndrome or not. But it's an interesting story, interesting premises. And I'm really looking forward to see what happens next. Now, there's only one chapter out that released a few days ago, and I'm excited to see how often they release these chapters, because it is an interesting one. Now, before anything else, guys, if you have not done so by now, make sure you subscribe to my channel. The giveaway is over. I have hopefully by now announced all the winners, and you guys can claim your items if you've won. You guys can also check out other videos here in my channel. Quite a bit of manga reviews reviewing this week, as well as reaction videos, and I have other stuff planned out, so not just reviews. So go check all that stuff, and make sure you don't miss a video. So subscribe. I see my analytics. A lot of you guys are watching but not subscribing, so make sure you do subscribe. Okay, 7-day alternating personality syndrome is a manga that I think is taking the personality syndrome, multi-personality syndrome, which it is a syndrome, where a person has multiple personalities, but this one takes it a little step forward, where each personality comes out only one day of the week. So the manga itself starts with a doctor telling a girl that she has this syndrome. And then after that, the actual beginning of the manga is the girl waking up, and it's actually a 30-year-old man, and he's freaking out because where am I? Why am I in a girl's body? Why do I look like this? Stuff like that, right? So he goes through the whole thoughts of, okay, what happened last night? I had a lot of drinking and I blacked out and not sure what happened. But now I'm in this girl's body. So I think if we would have started with that, without the doctor scene, you would have come up with a lot of other conclusions. Like, one is, are they changing bodies? Or two, just made up a bunch of other theories on it, right? But because we got this intro of knowing that this girl has different personalities, you kind of know what's going on. So he is freaking out, and he goes downstairs and finds this girl in a couch, and essentially this girl is the girl's mom, and she tells him, hey, welcome to the world. You are Thursday. And he's like, wait, what? So she kind of explains to him that her daughter ended up having this 7-day personality syndrome, where essentially each day of the week she becomes a different person, and that each person is different from one another. So he doesn't really believe her, and I don't blame him. If he thinks that he's a man, a 30-year-old man that had a whole different life, and now is being told that he's just one of different mindsets of a body, I wouldn't believe it. So she takes him to the doctor, and this opening scene that we saw at the beginning is actually this middle scene that we see now here in the middle, him talking to the doctor saying, well, how is this possible? And he's like, well, this is basically a syndrome where it's essentially what she explains to him, the doctor explains to him the same way. You each day, your personality will change to a different person. Now, when they go home, there's a few things that he's wondering, like, will I remember who I am tomorrow, or is my personality going to change so much that I won't even know? So the mom says, I think now you're ready to go to your private room, and I think she calls it the 7 room. And she opens this room that has 7 lockers and has a whiteboard and a desk. Kind of creepy room, to be honest. I'll get back to that eventually, but the decor of the house is kind of creepy as well. But anyways, he goes into this room, and essentially in the board, there's a bunch of rules that I don't remember every single one, but essentially is try to participate, write your day on the diary, stick to your locker. Your locker is your locker. Everyone else's locker is private. Don't try to basically do anything that will go against the rules, or you will pay the consequences. Which, that one was kind of weird. Like, how would he pay the consequences? Not really sure. So apparently, all the other days have woken up, and by the time he sees and figures everything out in the room, it's time for dinner, and she serves him food. He compliments the food, and she says, "Yeah, you had to add so and so and so to the curry to make it taste better." And she's like, "One of the personalities taught me that." So, one of the personalities, I guess, happens to be a chef or something, and that's that. The chapter ends with him taking these sleeping pills the doctor gave him, and one, I don't know if they're sleeping pills, but that's what they give him, right? So he takes them, and he goes to sleep wondering, am I going to wake up tomorrow, Friday, or am I going to wake up a whole week later? And then the last page of this manga is some creeper in a camera room with this like animal suit, like a dog suit, I think, or a bear suit on. Like, we don't even know if it's a girl or a guy. It's just someone in a suit looking at cameras, which probably is the house. So, okay, let's unravel this first chapter, because there's a lot of questions that I have already. And this is both a good thing and a bad thing to it, because I think I like it because there's a lot of mystery to it. One is, who are the other personalities? Obviously, we're probably not going to learn all of them in the next chapters. It's probably going to take at least 7 chapters for them to go through every personality and us learning who each one is. Secondly, the house. I mentioned the decor, right? Well, the house is very not decored. It's very plain. It's very, there's no pictures. There's no frames. It very much looks like they're in a crazy house, right? Very white. And I feel like the manga artist is doing that on purpose. Like, there's something behind all that. Thirdly, the mom still looks too young to still be a mom, even though it's like a high school, maybe late middle school, early high school girl. The mom still looks a little young. Like, I understand, though. Most manga artists will draw moms younger than they usually look, but at the same time, I think there is something going on there, and I don't think the mom is actually the mom. I think the mom is someone else. Fourth of all, what are the pills? Are the pills actually sleeping pills? Why did she have to go out of her way to re-explain that it's okay? They're sleeping pills, right? When a story does that, when it repeats a piece of information like that, it's foreshadowing that it's not what it is, you know? Because the doctor told him it's sleeping pills, take them. She had to repeat it. That means they're not sleeping pills, at least in my experience of reading stories. So something's being foreshadowed. What it is, I don't know, but I feel like this girl is being controlled. And why? Okay, well, what number am I in? 5th or 6th? So why is this guy remembering a past life, right? He remembers having a job. He remembers having friends. He remembers doing stuff. So what's going on in that position? Are they're actually placing people's thoughts into this girl? Is he being reborn into a body? What all is happening there? Or are all these images and thoughts and past life actually a fake and were implemented by her to kind of give him an understanding of maybe who he might be? I don't know. And then the last point that I have, and the kind of the obvious point, is who is this creeper looking at the cameras? Like, and why is he looking at cameras? And why is he in a suit of like an animatronic suit, right? So all these questions will eventually be answered. But for now, only one chapter. Again, from time recording, only one chapter. Please, please don't go at the comment section and go, hey, actually, you're wrong. There's 3 chapters out. Time recording, 1 chapter. So make sure you guys check those out in the comments. In online. It's a great series. Again, it's called 7-Day Alternating Personality Disorder. Again, not really sure if it's an actual disorder. If it is, I'm so sorry for being ignorant about it. I'll actually look it up right now. But you guys can comment in the comment section if it is or not. Thank you again for watching this, guys. Subscribe, comment, like, and share. Check out my social media. And guys, like always, don't be strangers. See you guys.